Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I guess if you're overseas, it could be good morning as well. Welcome to NewsBeat Nightly, or actually, I'm calling it NewsBeat Live. God, it gets so confusing after a while. Um, okay, so wow, where do we start? $900, $10,000. Apple, I could have made more. Probably could have made closer to 17, 18,000 if I played it perfectly. Just a little idea, because it was a lotto pick, so I do really mean it was a little idea that we ended up capitalizing on in a very huge way. And, it's a lot of people just feel almost like it's a breath of fresh air to be able to walk into this market short. My intraday stuff wasn't that good today. This overnight pretty much carried me through a couple intraday losses, especially on you know minor stuff. Lost 1,000 here, 1,000 there. I pretty much was down like a couple $1,000 playing around on the intraday side, excluding Juno. I don't even know if that ended up working a little, but I took it overnight, so we'll see. And it ended up being pretty interesting. So, what did I do yesterday on the Newsbeat Nightly? Well, I came out, and when the Qs were up 3 cents, I said, guys, we're going to plummet tomorrow. Guys, we're going to plummet tomorrow. Guys, we're going to plummet tomorrow. And I kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And even the day before, I said, don't take overnight longs because we're going to plummet tomorrow. When I say overnight longs, I mean like market moving stocks. Obviously, I was long over stock and things that were just even working on a day like today. But I was pretty much trying to. I did everything I could really to really hammer it down into your head, saying, don't don't buy anything. And even preventative measures, even if you didn't short the market but you didn't go long, can really help you save money. Um, Other than that, overall, our stuff has been great. Um, Even with a couple forex orders not going in our favor, you have to realize the type of swing. If you are following my positions, first of all, you're up more money now on the 3 live forex orders. If you're still in them with me, considering you held my parameters and you were off the 2 trades you lost last night, you actually made it all back just by having other orders filled. Nonetheless, if you watch the P&L, we literally on this last ramp up we went up. And this is for every standard lot, so I don't want to do the multiplicative factor of 15. But if you were just following my size, you went up $6,500 if you're following the forex orders, and you dropped down about $800, and now you're up a little up over 800 if you still have the other orders. So it's a very smooth equity curve. Obviously, I'm doing this on a scale 15 times heavier. Again, I'm sharing multi-million-dollar Forex account trades with you guys. There's a reason why all these firms overseas think I'm the most consistent trader they've ever seen in their entire lives. I'm not bragging and boasting. I'm increasing my size and I'm sharing. Okay? Anything can change. I've never been this consistent before in Forex. I'm being honest with you. I've never been this good at it. I made money in it. I'd make my 200,000 $250,000 just playing it off to the side, but I never did this well. And the beautiful thing about my strategy is it takes virtually no time. It takes virtually no time. And you guys listening in right now on YouTube, you need to get access to this because you're missing out on a lot of money. It's stupid. It makes no sense. For the $60, $70, $80, $90 a month to join my room, you can make, all right, depending on your size, I'm sure you'll cover that in a day. If you took that $900 Apple bet with us yesterday, guess what? You people listening right now, and you guys in the room, and you YouTubers, we're calling for the market to crash. What a brave call that was. We bet on it too. We made a $900 bet on Apple spreads. So I basically took Apple. I started buying 100. If you want to know, first of all, anybody who tells you that options are hard are lying to you. Anybody who tells you options are more risk than stock is lying to you and is an idiot and couldn't trade his way out of a urine-soaked brown paper bag. Okay? I'm sick and tired of these morons and these liars on Wall Street who come tell you what they want to hear. Here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. The firm that you're at probably doesn't make as much money on you if you trade options as opposed to common stock. That is why they don't want you to trade common stock. I mean, that is why they do want you to trade common stock and not options. The truth is, you could approach options like a total moron and an imbecile like me, who just likes stupidity. I love stupidity. Ignorance is bliss, believe me. Not in every aspect of life. A lot of them, it's not. But in this aspect of life, it is. So what we did yesterday, if you want to know, an Apple put spread, that sounds complex. You know what? It did to me too. All we did was bet $900 that Apple would plummet today. And we made that bet last night for the first time, a put bet that I threw at you guys. We made it literally before the market closed. Somebody in the room bet $200, meaning that if Apple skyrocketed to the moon, we're betting on Apple going down. If Apple went to $2,000, he would have lost $200. No matter what, that was his maximum loss. And with that $200 bet, you know how much money he made today? $3,300 on a $200 risk doing an Apple spread. All we do is buy puts and we sell puts. That's all we did. That's all we did. It's so easy to follow. And people ask me all the time, well, why wouldn't you just short 1,000 shares of Apple? You know what your risk is if you short 1,000 shares of Apple and go home overnight? Infinite. That's your risk. Infinite. Are you going to lose infinite amount of money? No, of course not. But what if Apple gaps up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $15 out of nowhere? What if Apple's up $4? Now all of a sudden you took 1,000 shares of Apple and you're down $4,000. You know what kind of shit you would feel like? Compare it to the person who bet $200, was able to sleep at night, and made $3,200. That's the difference. Don't let people lie to you. And I'm telling this for experienced traders and newbie traders alike. Don't let people lie to you. Wall Street generally looks out for their best interest. People who are dealing with the market usually suck at trading. People who are giving you a deal to trade, a brokerage account or whatever, they're bad traders generally, or ex-traders who can't trade anymore because they sucked at it or blew up. You want a little dose of honesty? Ask anybody you're talking to who's helping sign up your account. Have you ever traded before? Ask them. Oh, well, yeah, I used to trade like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. You don't even have to ask them what happened, because if they're not trading anymore, there's only one thing that happened. Oh, what do you think they're going to say? I made so much money that I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. Oh, that's why you're here talking to me. No. Options are the best way to take a risk reward. And I was even telling you guys yesterday, while after hours was open, while the market was up, Qs were up 3 cents, I said we were going to plummet tomorrow. And you guys remember. If that doesn't convince you to be part of my service, nothing will. Enjoy it. I will give you as much as I can for free. Take it all, but you're missing out on a lot. You're not getting everything you need. And you are missing some days, because some days I am here and some days I'm not. I'm on here as much as I can because I believe in helping people. So we're sending down a solar powered generator from the last thing. We're donating it to Puerto Rico. I purchased it before the money for the thing came in. I sent it out. We made the world a better place. That's what we do here. We make money, we try to help people, and I donate, and literally the thing ended up costing me $7,500, and I don't want to say it, but it's a multiplicative higher than how much I'm going to receive that I promised you guys that from the room. I said I was going to give 50% of the money I made on the last open house. It actually is costing me about 500%. Don't do the math. Okay? So I'm actually pulling money out of my own pocket to do this. And when we make trades like Apple, you make $10,000 on a $900 risk trade, you can do things like this. You need to make money if you want to do good in the world. You see, the funny thing is a lot of the poorest people in the world want to do good. They just don't have the means. Because unfortunately, not all, taking care of a loved one, whatever, almost everything costs money. You listening to me now costs money. Are you paying for your internet service? Are you paying for the light? Did you have to travel to listen in? Like, where are you right now? It costs money to even just to listen to me, right? Even if you're on YouTube and it's free, right? But I'll give you as much as I can. Truth is, who knows how long this can last. It'll last as long as I can humanly provide it. Sometimes it gets shut down for 2 weeks and I have no idea why. Sometimes T3 will say, oh, you can't broadcast it. And I'll say, okay. And I won't. And then all of a sudden it's back up again and I'll do it. And I'll do it. And I'll do it again. You know why? Because I believe in helping people. And I really don't care at the end of the day about you signing up for my service to pay me money. I care about you signing up because I make money off your ideas. We all make money as a community. We bring in solid traders. We have hedge fund managers, money managers, traders who have been trading for 6 months or less. Everything from the newbie to the most professional guy we have in this room. And being part of that community is the value you bring. And we will pull you out of your shell. And I promised you guys this before, that we would pull you out of your shell. And a lot of you guys bring great ideas to the room. I hear new people all of a sudden talking, sharing their ideas. The way I see it is, if you help a trader make money, all of a sudden they start typing in chat and they start sharing what they're doing. That's it. It's a very simple formula. There's nothing complex to it. So I took the liberty of putting together all my ideas for you. So if you are on YouTube right now, here's my game plan for tomorrow. These are names I do or do not trade. These are names I'm thinking of trading tomorrow. Please hit print screen now. If you're part of my room, this gets emailed to you every single night, whether you're here or not. Okay? We're going to go over why I chose these 5 names momentarily. And in the meanwhile, why don't you feel free and copy my Forex orders? If you were following them ever since, you're doing pretty damn well. You're doing pretty damn well. And I know I'm getting a lot of comments. And again, you YouTubers, I'll do everything in the world I can for you for free. Join in, do it. If I can help make you a little money, great. But I promise that you're missing 90% of the action by not joining my room. It's a fact. It's not a pitch. It's a fact. We manage these Forex orders. We're crushing it. So here are all my live Forex orders. If you're above this gray line over here, it means it was an order from the other night. So if you guys copied my Forex from the other night, you'll notice that these 3 orders are filled and they're all up money. And I spread it among a number of accounts and they're all doing well. Every single one of those trades are up money at the moment. You could just close them out if you just want to lock it in. It's fine. Just a blink of an eye. So with that being said, let's go over the names, why I chose them for my stock game plan for tomorrow. And by the way, don't think I really understand how Forex works. I don't. I really don't. All I'm doing is literally putting in an entry off a chart. Just like you would on Apple or anything else, you're putting in an entry off a chart. And you're literally putting a take profit level and a stop loss level. Beyond that, there's nothing else I do. There's nothing else. I don't know the news. I don't know this. I keep it so simple and stupid. I told you guys the other night, I have a friend. She's a woman. She has a friend who has a daughter, a single mother, daughter, Daughter's in high school. She wants to save for college. She started doing these Forex trades that I mail out every night. I didn't even charge her. You, I will charge. I didn't charge her because she just got divorced. She's in a bad marriage, and she asked if I can help her, and I said, okay, I'm going to help, I'm going to help your daughter make money, is what I told her. And she said, how are you going to do that? I'm like, I'm going to email her every single night. Open her up with a $5,000 account. Go for it. And she did. And she's up 50% of her money in the past 2 weeks. Now, everything is based on size. You could go faster, you could go slower. She's being, for a $5,000 account, pretty aggressive, but, I mean, she's risking no more than 10% of her capital per trade. Sometimes less, but no more than 10. Sounds like a lot. For $5,000, is it a lot? I don't know, maybe. You be that judge. But she's been making money, and she loves it. All she does is she takes literally these orders and she just inputs them. And guess what? We're making the world a better place. We're helping a girl save for college right now just by sending out these little emails. That's what I live for. If you want to know, that's what I live for. Like, I don't need to run a room to catch these things. Like, the fact that I'm all of a sudden calling Apple short and we have the biggest gap down in Apple this year is not a coincidence. Okay? You know how many Apple shorts I took this year? Before this one? 0. Overnight Apple bets to go down? 0. This was the first one I did. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm explaining to you guys what you're losing by not joining up in this room, you YouTubers. Okay? So I guess that's my, call it a pitch or call it, truth or honesty, call it both. You're missing out by not subscribing. You get an email every night with all these levels. You could copy them and the service pays for itself. Hand over fist, over fist, over fist. So let's start with Cree. Thanks for listening to my pitch. I actually got here early. 3480 on Cree. So what is it about Cree that we, like? Okay, so what do I like about Cree? First of all, it's the setup. Earnings came out. They shot it up. Nice bullish formation. It just seems like a lot of people are caught in this one. And I actually didn't look at the short float. I'm actually going to pull this one up right now. And this is why this really hit my game plan, was really the formation more than anything. But it still has a 16.75% short. Not the smallest short, not the biggest short. A lot of people bearish on this name. I think it could go higher. That's why I mentioned it, right? So next on my list is going to be EVHC. Now this was an interesting one. Oh, and I'm also going to go over the chatter name. This was an interesting one, EVHC. So Starboard Values, Jeffrey Smith is said by Bloomberg to be planning to pitch this company as a long idea when he presents later today at the C4K Investors Conference. Starboard is said to hold a stake of this company, EVHC, obviously. Why would they pitch it if they didn't? And you just put in, you're talking this beaten up company. You're ripping out today on a bullish engulfing candle. That's just a candlestick that broke yesterday's low and high while really closing higher. And you can obviously see you were able to do that right here. It exploded to the upside. I think this thing has more room to go. Wouldn't surprise me to see $48, $49, $50 in the short term. Maybe by tomorrow, maybe by Monday, like that. That's why I'm mentioning EVHC. Next is SRAX. This was an interesting name. Social Reality. They came out, and we know the new hot, sexy, as I call it, the buzzword is what I call sexy. Is cryptocurrency. There's many sexy words. It's artificial intelligence, whether you're doing autonomous driving, driverless vehicles or other forms of artificial intelligence, and cryptocurrency. Those are like two of the sexiest words that you could use this day. So what this company did is they're releasing something called Big token, and they're literally going to do an ICO, which is like an IPO, except it's an initial coin offering as opposed to an initial public offering of stock. You're literally offering a new cryptocurrency, quote unquote, coin. And they said they were going to do it at their analyst day meeting. The stock digested back to the exponential 8. I think you're going to explode over $4. I think you're going to explode over $4 tomorrow. And I think you could take a very good risk reward on that idea. Moving on along, I'm mentioning this company, SYNT, that's Syntel. You might be sitting here and thinking, why on earth is Mark mentioning Syntel? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, you got a ton of upgrades on October 18th in the morning after their positive earnings. $25 target from 20 at SunTrust, $28 target from 23 at Needham, 28 from 22 at Loop Capital. And even William Blair upgraded to market perform from underperform, citing signs of stabilization after their Q3 results. If you follow my form of technical analysis, I'll never say my form is better than anyone else's. I don't believe it is or isn't. I like to do what I call algorithmic analysis, where I humbly believe the whole point of technical analysis is to read where the robots go next. And if you disagree with that, you're probably, no offense to you, don't understand, or you're bad at technical analysis. Because all you're doing is, when you're reading your chart and you're looking at a candlestick and you're thinking of something going up, all it means is that robots are buying it. That's all it means. You're predicting where the robots are going to go. When I thought the market was going to sell off today, it's because I thought the robots were going to be programmed to sell. You're talking to somebody who's helped tier 1 firms. I'm not going to drop their names, but Goldman Sachs happens to be a tier 1 firm, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, for example. And I help these people design their algorithms based on my technical analysis. And you know what? When I looked at the Qs yesterday and I looked at Apple, I thought those algorithms were going to be programmed to sell on the overall scale for the majority of them, and I was right. That's why the market sold off today. Not because I had a gut feeling, not because the market went up too much and I just want to randomly predict it going down, because all you're doing at the end of the day is trying to predict where the majority of algorithms are going to move a name, whether it's the market, whether it's an individual stock. That's all we're doing. Now, I also combine news behind it, so it gives us this edge, hence NEWSBEAT Live, and that's pretty much what we're doing. So what is the point I'm making? What am I talking about? This stock resolves tomorrow. Is it going to resolve bullishly? I hope so. Could also go down. This is what's called a bull flag falling wedge. To me, this is the most bullish type of digestive pattern off of the most bullish pattern. Bull flag, I think, is the most bullish pattern. Most people do. I mean, whatever. Some people are better at certain other patterns. I just consider it the most bullish pattern. And you have the most bullish form of wedge, meaning the digestive pattern. This is a bull flag falling wedge. There's a good chance this thing gets a bull flag continuation pattern tomorrow. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just digests, but we are going to resolve. In English, you are going to be either outside the resistance or the support line. There's a zenith point that gets surpassed tomorrow based on these trend lines. You see? I'm not giving a technical class here. I'm not here to explain to you why the algorithms do this. Again, I will hold a trend line class. I still have to speak to T3 about it. I want to charge, between $90 and $190, which is minuscule to what T3 normally charges, because I want the most number of people to benefit from it. So, and again, I do charitable work with the money made too. So everything is for a good cause. Nonetheless, I'm not doing a class right now. This stock is going to resolve tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's in Syntel. And last but not least, we're going to watch Prana Biosciences. That's PRAN. So, no real news on this. They filed a $50 million mixed security shelf back on October 10th. The stock did nothing, and then all of a sudden, the stock exploded today. The stock absolutely exploded today. So somebody is buying this. I don't know. I'm looking for a little follow through from $3.60. That was obviously today's high. And I'm just going to see if we get follow through to the upside. So here are the names I'm watching. Our Forex orders are actually working good. We can lock in a quick $1,000 if you want to just throw away these three orders. For me, I have, 15 times multiplicative factor. So for me, this is a $15,000 trade if I just throw my three Forex orders off right now. You guys are more than welcome to try, do that if you wish here, as all three of them are working out really well. I did change my stop loss. I did change my stop loss on a couple of them. I emailed you guys out that. If you're listening on YouTube, you obviously had the ability to copy it. But again, if you want to hit print screen or whatever you're doing on YouTube to get my trades here, I'll continue to help you for as long as I can for free. I will tell you though, I am meeting resistance though. I am meeting resistance from the company because they don't want me to offer this for free. They say, and as I quote, I'm not going to give the person's name. They say, Mark, don't give the barn away. That's what they tell me. Don't give the barn away. And you know what I tell them? I'm really not. I'm just showing you a pathway into the barn. Kind of funny how these analogies work. So if you're on YouTube and you missed the screenshot of my live Forex levels, I suggest you really watch them, see if you could do them. So many people love this service. It's a service that's not really supposed to be included in the NEWSBEAT live service. We don't advertise for it because T3 has somebody else with a Forex room, and which I think they're trying to promote and sign up people for accounts or whatever they're doing. It's all good. It's a business. Nobody in that room will touch my Forex results. That's the most kindest, modest, and honest way I could put it. And I would love and if anyone there could prove me wrong, I would join that room yesterday. In fact, I go in the room and usually nobody's talking. But that's what's happening, and that's why I can't even advertise that I do Forex. Despite the fact that, I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on just Forex alone. I do make more money in the market, but for that alone, take it in. It's yours. It's yours. Copy my trades. These are literally my live open orders right now in multi-million-dollar account. You have my entry, buy or sell. These are all buy orders. That's a coincidence. I have no bias. Here's my size. These are standard lots. You could look up what those mean. If you're using an American account, each one equals 100,000. You get a ton of margin, so you could actually do all these trades with a $10,000 account. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Symbol is the symbol. Price is my entry price right here. SL on top is my stop loss. And TP is take profit. And I set it and forget it, generally speaking. So there you go, YouTubers. Enjoy. Now I'm going to go and answer any questions that you guys have in the room. Now would be the time to ask. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. The market did plummet, not from where we closed, but considering that we closed at 148.86 yesterday and we hit 147.27, we dropped $1.50, $1.60. I mean, okay, for what the market is, it's an outside. It was an outsized gap down that closed strong, but I hear you. SPX. Celgene is toast. What happened here? Oh, my God, that's ugly. What happened? Poor Celgene. They said their phase 3 Revolve trial is going to be discontinued. Uh-oh. Bad phase 3. They're dragging it down. Obviously, they have several other drugs. This isn't game ending for them. I am actually going to have a good buy level on Celgene tomorrow, Kathy. And a level in which I probably want to buy. It's actually close to 122.97. I'm going to go ahead and take the liberty of setting an alert there right now. And and hopefully we'll have a chance to buy it on the cheap tomorrow off this news. Adobe entry level, Priyanka. That's going. Oh, it's going to be a while. I'll set it, but you're not going to get that answer anytime soon. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, but I think we'll get a chance to buy it still. Even with that being said, I'd like to still buy that pullback on AMAT. My God, is that strong? AMAT, you're gonna have to wait a while too. I mean, we're talking like this level's dropping 50.43, far away. I'll have alerts set out on them. I will set alerts, but like, don't hold your breath on this one. Oracle. I do want to buy Oracle too. I have no good entry level per se. I think I'm just waiting for good news to come out. This is hard. Usually I have like good answers, but like Red Hat is again very far away, and that's just simply because all these stocks are near all-time highs still that you're talking about. So I set alerts, and what I do when I set alerts for you YouTubers is in real time I'll tell you guys when the levels hit, and I'll take them. Let's see. Crown Castle. Interesting. Ooh, for a bullish close, I really wanted it above 103.33 on CCI. Fortunately, it looks like you just failed resistance, Dave. Gonna set an alert near the bottom. I think you have to. I mean, you did have an elevation of volume today. I do like that. I think we're gonna have to wait on this one, but I am gonna set an alert right now by support. FedEx level. I think you had the right idea, Kathy, overall, with just waiting on the sidelines in this market. I'm agreeing more with your point of view every day on that, and just pick like very specific names. You know, you're long some overstock. I think that's awesome. FedEx, long level. I mean, wow. That's rough. I would really like a pullback down to 215. It's very hard on these. Finisar breakout. Is that the name we were buying yesterday? Finisar? Then we did this today? Um, damn. Oh, it was Fortinet. I was about to say, I was like, did we just let this one go? This is a nice breakout. Unlike Crown Castle, you're getting above some good resistance lines here. I could see this one giving you follow through. Oh, it's already up after hours, 23.55. I could see this one giving follow through tomorrow. Maybe we take some lotto calls and really try to crush this one. That would be a nice idea. I'm selling Canadian Swiss franc here. I just sold out a Canadian Swiss franc. I'll send an email out. Sending an email out right now. Why? Because my take profit is so close and it just keeps having issues with these levels, so why not just take some profit, right? Okay. MDBIP, hold on, Finisar. That's funny, Priyanka. My thoughts on K-Tove long. Could work, could fail. I don't know. These are, again, these little crapper biotech names. A lot of times they just run. A lot of times they don't. See if there's any news. Acquired a stake. They got filing for the. I honestly, technically, it looks okay, but because it's a $2 name, I don't have a strong opinion on this one. Unfortunately, Ravi. What's my thoughts on Intelsat at this point? Bullish. What did I say? $10 target? Sticking with that. Sticking with the $10 target on Intelsat. And Mankind, I like Intel. Remember, Mankind is a biotech. It's it's hard to say. People do funny things with biotechs. It looks bullish overall because the volume is still digesting. It definitely pulled back more than I wanted it to, though. On Mankind, Barbara. Still like Intelsat more, though. It was Fortinet. That's right. Fortinet still held its own today. MDB, the IPO. No opinion. It's up after hours. Look for a break of 34 tomorrow. Don't have enough data here, unfortunately. But yeah, you could break 34 tomorrow, Josh. Hey Pablo, you just transferred to the Forex account to start trading. Use Thinkorswim. Is it possible to program the Forex trade so they kick in automatically? What does that mean? What does that mean? You want to program my Forex? I mean, I'm sending you the list of my names. You want to automate them? That's what I'm talking with people overseas now. So what the brokers do now is they automate buy and sells off the lines. I'm working to run an automated program for this Forex. These brokers put up millions of dollars for me to trade, and they take a percentage of the money. So I said, why don't I just offer it to you guys for free? You keep 100% of your money, and I'll let you copy them. Well, that's the whole point of inputting the orders, Pub. I don't know how Thinkorswim works, but if it works like every other program out there, I hear good things about it. If I'm sharing with you my entry price. So you put in an entry price, a stop loss, and a take profit level. As long as you could do those three things, you're gold. So figure that one out, Pablo. If anybody knows, you should be good. As long as I'm putting in bids, which are below where it's trading. I'm putting in offers above where it's trading. Ah, thanks, Dave. You'll have to call them up and ask. But ask them that question. Say, for Forex, can I put in an entry price, a stop loss level, and a take profit level? And if they answer yes, you're gold. If not, I'll help you somewhere else. I know MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 offer that ability. That's the software I use. And to me, it really doesn't matter. I don't do any charting or anything. Just as long as you can input the orders, you're fine. Thank you, Reinhold. Hi, Barbara. My opinion on Veritone. All right, so I was making fun of the CEO over here when it was over 43, saying that people should buy his stock when he wouldn't do it, and rightfully so, because afterwards they pulled it down to 28.65. Now they're trying to pop it up. I don't have any opinion on this company. I know they're supposedly good at AI, and I don't know of any revenues they have. Absolutely no opinion. I think the CEO is a douche. I think if he really believes in his company, he should just go ahead and buy the damn stock instead of telling everyone else to buy it. But as soon as he did that, remember, I slammed him. I slammed him when it was when the stock was even after Citron at 43. He's like, our company's a value here and it should be bought at these levels. And I'm like, you're a multi-millionaire. Why don't you buy them at these levels? I won't do that. I'll just hope someone else does. Okay, that's why you dropped. I already don't like the company's management after I heard the CEO open his mouth. Doesn't mean the company's not good. I just have no opinions of it, unfortunately. My thoughts on Shopify? I've been bearish ever since Citron bashed it. Not because Citron is right. Usually they end up being wrong. Let me explain to you why I'm bearish on Shopify. I think this is very important. It's just because, here, let me delete these drawings. I have a lot of them. Let me make it easy for you guys to see. This is why I'm bearish on Shopify. Because it looks like this. Because it looks like this. It just looks bearish. I could see it grinding up. I could see this thing getting to 105, 106 even. To me, it's just not worth the risk reward. It just looks bearish overall. Now remember, I was saying the same thing about Apple this whole way up. Bearish, 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 but remember? Bearish, 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 bearish. Oh, I'm buying puts, guys. Bang. Now you resolve the rising wedge. Now you're very bearish on Apple. Target on Apple, $149. Yeah, I just put a $149 target on Apple. I'll do what no analyst will do. You don't have one analyst who's bearish on Apple. They don't have the balls. They don't have the balls to do it because Apple's a solid company, and they don't have the balls. They don't have the balls to come out and say Apple did something stupid with the iPhone 8. Yeah, I'll be shorting Ravi. I'll be shorting more of it. I made $10,000 on a stupid $900 risk. I'll be doing more of that money towards Apple. I think Apple drops tomorrow. How's that? I think if not tomorrow, Monday, I don't care. I'll watch it. If it goes, I'll just ignore it if it doesn't do what I want. But there's a good chance I buy Apple puts tomorrow because this stock screwed up. And I told you guys this for weeks when they are selling the iPhone 8 and then they present the iPhone X that was the stupidest thing I have ever seen Apple do in my life. Yes, I was an Apple investor in 1999. I bought the company before an iPod was out. Okay? So I understood the facts. Apple screwed up for the first time ever, and that's why that's why we shorted it. And that's why it worked. So look, it's okay to be bullish on a company. Just know when you're hearing shit in your ear. Like, well, like what the Veritone CEO said or what Apple did. You have to understand when people screw up. It's one of the biggest, not to get political, but that's one of the biggest problems in politics. That you have, both two sides, and people are screwing up on both sides, and people are sometimes blinded when their own person. You could support someone while disagreeing with something they do. That's how I feel about Apple. I could like Apple, but disagree with what they did. And as you could see, my theory did pan out. Their iPhone 8 sales are going to suck. So that's my thoughts. I actually have to run here really soon. So I'm just going to try to wrap it up as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for helping. SFM, I was bullish yesterday. I was bullish over here on SFM on the bottom on Tuesday. I was thinking of taking it overnight. I didn't. Now you're breaking up. I like it. Very rarely do I say that on SFM, right? I like it here, Barbara. JP Morgan, my take on it. I just have to wrap through it. JP Morgan is bullish. My take on it is it needs a major pullback if I'm going to buy it. You absolutely oppose Shop. So do I. All right. Thank you for that, Peter. Thank you. Amazing. All right. So I actually have to run. I hope you guys enjoyed the NewsBeat live trading broadcast. Happy trading, make money, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the NewsBeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.